Okay, welcome to the session. So today I am here to explain what are the different concepts of nonlinear data structures. So in the nonlinear data structures category, so mainly two, one is tree and another one is graph. So the rest of the rest of the 2 units are mainly discussing about these two concepts. One is tree and another one is graph. So today we are going to discuss about tree. First, what is a tree and why it is needed? What is a tree and why it is needed? So till now we are representing an elements either in a straight line pattern, or we are representing the elements, or we are storing the elements either vertical pattern. So the way of arranging the elements in a straight line pattern, whether it is a horizontal or vertical, such type of data structures are called as linear data structure. So the tree comes to non-linear data structures. The tree comes to non-linear data structures. So what is the non-linearity? Means other than straight line we can arrange in any other pattern. Like say, suppose we are arranging the elements like this. So the tree can be simply defined as the arrangement of elements in a hierarchical pattern. This kind of pattern is called as hierarchical pattern. So in the hierarchical pattern, say the 1 is called as root node, 2, 3 are the child nodes to the 1. At the time 1 behaves like a parent node. After that 4, 5, 6, these 3 are the child nodes of 2, parent node. Next 7 and 8 are the child nodes of third node. So this kind of patterns are called as, this way of arranging the elements are called as tree. Okay, why it is needed means nowadays many applications are working on trees only. Say for example, whenever we want to save the data in a hard disk, or whenever we want to retrieve the data from the hard disk, at the time the beat trees plays a prominent role. So this is one kind of application of a tree. One kind of an application of a tree. So in the unit 4 syllabus, mainly we have covered 3 different kinds of trees. So first we will go for basic terminology of a trees. Later, what is a binary tree and how to represent a binary tree using an array and linked list we want to see. Next, this is the second kind of tree, binary search tree. So again, binary search tree operations we want to discuss: insertion, deletion and travel search. And expression tree is one kind of application from binary search tree. At last, balanced binary trees. Here the main concept is AVL tree. So totally in the 4th unit mainly we are discussing about binary trees and binary search trees, and the balanced binary search tree category AVL tree. So what are the primary objectives of this unit? Means we know that till now in the 3 units we have created abstract data types. So in this unit also we want to create abstract data types for binary tree and binary search tree. But interestingly, binary tree using array and linked list representations only in your syllabus, implementations are not there. But if the time permits, I will cover that one also. Okay, if the time permits, I will cover that one also. But binary search tree array implementation and binary search tree linked list implementation, these two are included in your syllabus. I will cover in the next coming sessions. The next, what is a tree and how the tree can be defined as? So in the introduction part, I already discussed with you what is a tree. So the tree can be defined as a tree is a recursively defined as set of one or more nodes, where one node is designated as a root. In the previous, I already told that one node is designated as a root node, and the tree, all the remaining nodes are partitioned into non-empty sets. Those are called as subtrees of the root. Subtrees of the root. So in the representation, so this is a root node. So A is called root node. So this is a one subtree, and this is another subtree, and this is another subtree. Again, so B is a one parent node. This is a one subtree. This is a one subtree. So like that, a tree can be represented as a set of nodes. The set of nodes are designated as from one node, that is called root node, and the elements are organized in a hierarchical pattern. So the next, what are the basic terminologies of a tree? So this is a very, very important question. Sometimes they are asking a question, identify the following properties or following terminologies from the given tree. Okay, so the first thing is root node. I already discussed with you. So starting from one node, that node is called as root node. So in the previous explanation also, A is a root node. Okay, next subtrees. In the previous example, I already clearly shown this is a one subtree, this is another subtree, this is another subtree. So there the names is T1 is a one subtree, T2 is another subtree, T3 is another subtree. So if the root node R is not null, so then the T1, T2 and T3 are called as subtrees of the R. Next, leaf nodes. Leaf nodes means where the left subtrees and right subtrees are both are null, it specifies a leaf node. So a node that has no children's called leaf nodes or terminal nodes. Another name is called terminal node. So in the given example, E, F, J, K, H, I, the 6 nodes are called as terminal nodes or leaf nodes. Next, path. So these are all called as terminologies. So a sequence of consecutive edges is called as path. What is an edge? See, here A to B, this is an edge. So suppose I want to define a path from A to E. Means first we have to move for A to B. So this is a one edge. And next B to E, that is another edge. That is so called path. So set of edges is called as path. That's why in the previous definition they told that a sequence of consecutive edges is called path. Next, ancestor nodes. So ancestor of a node is a predecessor node on the path from root to that particular node. This is very, very important. Root to that particular node. Here all are called as ancestors except that node. For example, what are the ancestors of J? Okay, so this is the path A to C, C to G, G to J. So what are the ancestors of J? Is A comma C comma G. These are all our parents and grandparents of the J. So those are called as ancestors. Next, what are the descendant nodes? Descendant nodes nothing but one kind of successor nodes. A descendant node is any successor nodes on any path from the node to a leaf node. So for example, nodes C, G, J and K are the descendants of a node A. So what are those? C, G, J, K, these are all are descendants of A. What are the descendants of A? Means the successor nodes which are delivered from A. Okay. Next, level number. Okay. So every node in the tree is assigned to a level number. Based on that, we are defining two parameters. One parameter is a height of the tree and another parameter is depth of the tree. Height of the tree and depth of the tree. Say in the previous case, the A is in 0th level, B, C, D in the first level, E, F, G, H, I is the second level. So J, K are in the third level. So like that we are defining levels. Okay. Always 0th level consists of root node only. So okay. So that is the same thing they told, such a way that the root node is at level 0. So the children of the root node are at level 1. Next, degree of the tree. The maximum children of a node in a tree is identified as degree of the tree. Okay, degree of the tree. Say for example, what is the degree of A? 3. Why? Because B, C, D are the children. What is the degree of B? 2. E, F. What is the degree of C? 1. What is the degree of D? 2. H, I. What are the degree of E? 0. F? 0. G? 1. Sorry, not 1. It's 2. Why? Because J and K. And what is the degree of H? 1. What is the degree of I? Also 1. So degree of J 0, K 0. So by comparing all these things, what is the maximum value? Say 3. So the degree of the tree is 3. The degree of the tree is 3. That is the full length explanation for this. So the degree of a node is equal to the number of children that node has. So here we are observed one more point also. All the leaf nodes degrees are 0. Why? Because no children. Okay. And finally the last one is sibling. So the same parent, other children are called as siblings. So all the nodes that are the same level and share the same parent are called as siblings. So in the example, what are the siblings of B? Is C and D. Why? Because C and D are also having same parent A. What are the siblings of E? Only F. Why? Because E and F are having parent is B. That is the concept of siblings. So in your example, they are asking that, say, what are the siblings of this particular node? What are the ancestors of this node? What are the descendants of this node? What is the degree of the tree? What is the height of the tree? Like that they are giving some options. You have to write the options with respect to the tree. You will get 100% marks. So these are all our concepts comes from basic terminology of trees. The next we will move for types of trees. So here totally 6 different kinds of trees, but according to in your syllabus we are discussing only these two, and here is also there, but that is a part of binary search trees. Okay, general trees. General trees means there is no restriction. Each and every node may be having n number of childs. Such type of trees are called as general trees. Forests. Forests is nothing but a group of trees. Collection of trees are called as forests. Binary trees. So each and every node having at most 2 childs. At most 2 childs. Means the childs count either 0 or 1 or 2, not more than 2. That's why binary. Binary search tree follows the same principle, binary tree, but the left child should be compared to root node or parent node should be less, and the right node should be greater comparatively parent node. That kind of rules are followed by binary search trees. Expression trees is nothing but operators are as the parent nodes and operands are in the child positions or next level. And tournament trees. So whenever we want to execute or we want to play network oriented games, like suppose n number of people are playing one single game, so in that case we can use tournament trees. Okay, so first we will go for binary trees. So recently I told the definition also. A binary tree means at most 2 childs. So a binary tree is a data structure that is defined as collection of elements called nodes. So in a binary tree, the topmost element is called the root node. We know that, first level of node, and each and every has at most 2 children. At most 2 children means either 0 or 1 or 2, not more than 2. That's why binary condition. Okay, and a node that has 0 children is called as leaf node or terminal node. Recently you will see. And every node contains the data element, a left pointer which points to the left child and a right pointer which points to the right child. This is a point which is related to the kind of representation. So here see, 1 is a root node, here 2 childs. 2 is a parent node, 4, 5, 2 childs. 4 is a parent node, 8, 9, 2 childs. 6 is a parent node, 10, 11, 2 childs. 7 is a parent node, 12, 1 child. So maximum either 0 or 1 or 2. So this is a one beautiful example for binary tree. Next, complete binary tree. Sometimes they are asking this kind of questions as a definitions or explain the following kind of questions also. They are giving a set of questions, set of trees. Okay, what is a binary tree? What is a complete binary tree? What is a binary search tree? These 3 questions maybe can be given as a long answer question. So complete binary tree. So what is the property of complete binary tree is except last level. So this is the last level. This is the first level, or we are called it as 0th level. This is the first level, this is the second level, this is the third level. Except last level, all the nodes are completely filled. Completely filled means what? In a first level, maximum number of nodes is 2 power 0. Say 0th level, maximum number of nodes can be accommodated in the 0th level is 2 power 0. So maximum number of nodes accommodated in the first level is 2 power 1. Say 2 nodes. Maximum number of nodes can be accommodated in the second level is 2 power 2. So 4 nodes. 1, 2, 3, 4. So all the levels are, except last level, all the levels are should be filled with maximum number of nodes, and in the last level the nodes are arranged from left to right. Such kind of tree is called as complete binary tree. Complete binary tree. So a complete binary tree is a binary tree, means at most 2 chains, and satisfies 2 properties. The first property is in a complete binary tree, every level except possibly the last is completely filled. That is the first constraint. And the second constraint is all the nodes appears as from left as possible. So from left, this is possible. Next, extended binary trees. Extended binary trees. So a binary tree T is said to be an extended binary tree if each and every node in the tree has either no child or exactly two children. So this is the extended binary tree. So first one, this is a binary tree. Why? Because here maximum. So here two childs, one child, 0, two childs, here 0, 0. So what are the possible positions we can insert next upcoming childs is, here there is a one possibility, that's why I am representing as like this. Here two possibilities, that's why I am representing as a rectangular positions. So the next upcoming child inserted positions are highlighted where rectangular boxes. Such type of nodes are called as external nodes. And the remaining all the nodes are called as internal nodes. Okay, internal nodes. This kind of tree is called as extended binary tree. Next, what are the two different kinds of representations to represent a binary tree? Is, so here two kinds of representations. One is array representation. Here that is called as sequential representation. Another one is linked list. That is called linked representation of binary tree. So the first we will see what are the linked representation of binary tree. So here we are using double linked list. Why we are going to represent a double linked list is, so to represent a one particular node, each and every node must have two different kinds of pointers. One is a left pointer and another one is right pointer. In double linked list we are called as, this is a previous node address and next node address. So here we are mentioning that each and every node having, one is a left subtree address, data and address of the right subtree. So here I have mentioned this, address of the left subtree, data and address of the right subtree. So like that each and every node must have three different fields. So where we are represented as a cross marks is represented null. Null specifies no chains. Okay, no chains. So this is the representation, or this is the way to represent a binary tree using linked list. So this is the alternate representation for that. So left, data and right. Say for example this is the tree. So here the first one is represented like this. The data first one is represented like this. So the left subtree address is 5, means 5. So this is the left subtree, this is the data. So this is the left child, that is true. And right subtree value is in 8. So in the 8th location 3. So 3 is the right. So like that, in each and every node, the center one represents the data, the left side one represents the left child address or left subtree address, and right one represents the right child address or right subtree address. So where we are represented -1 refers to null. minus 1 refers to null, means there is no further extension. There is no further extension. So this is the way to represent binary tree by using linked list. So the next we will see how to represent a binary tree by using sequential representation. How to represent a binary tree using sequential representation. Sequential representation is nothing but array. So in the sequential representation of trees done using one-dimensional arrays. One-dimensional arrays is nothing but only one dimension. We have mentioned how many number of elements in a array as a size. So these are the rules we have to follow while representing binary tree using array. So the first rule is a one-dimensional array called tree is used to store the elements of a tree. Okay, and the root of the tree will be stored in the first location, means here we want to store. And the next condition is compulsory the array index should be starts from 1. The array index should be starts from 1. Okay, so the first location refers to root node. The first location refers to root node. And the children of the nodes are stored in 2k and 2k plus 1. Say for example, 1 location root node is there. So 1 into 2 means 2. Nothing but second location refers to left subtree or left child of root node. Left child of root node. Next 2 plus 1, 3. Right child of the root node. Right child of the root node. So the k refers to array index position. That position may have a parent. So the left child of the corresponding parent node is in 2k. The right child of the corresponding parent node is in a 2k plus 1. This is the formula. And the maximum size of an array should be 2 power h. Say the height of the tree may be h. So the maximum size of an array can be represented with binary tree using array. So the array size should be 2 power h. Okay. And at last one, an empty subtree is specified using null. The empty tree specified as null. So this is the way. So this is the representation of binary tree using arrays. Say suppose here 20. Okay. So the 20 is in the first location. So here I value is 1. So 2i is nothing but 2, means 15. 15 is the left child. Similarly, 2i plus 1 means 2 plus 1, nothing but 3. So 35. 35 is the right child. Suppose randomly we have taken, say 7. I value is 7. So 2i means 2 into 7, 14. So in the 14th position, 36. 36 is the left child of the corresponding node. Same, 2 into I plus 1 means 14 plus 1, 15. 15 is the 45. So 45 is the right child of the 39. So this is the formula. This is the formula. In the ith position, parent node is there. 2i position, left child. 2i plus 1 position, right child. 2i plus 1 position, having right child. And binary tree properties. Sometimes they are asking this kind of question also. So what are the properties? The maximum number of nodes in a level is 2 power L minus 1. 2 power L minus 1. So here, level is the number of the nodes in a path from root to the node, including root itself. We are considering root itself also. Say for example, the height of the tree is h. maximum number of nodes are accommodated in the particular tree h is 2 power h minus 1. That is the logic here. And the maximum number of nodes presented in the binary tree of height h is 2 power h minus 1. 2 power h minus 1. Here, the height of the maximum number of nodes of the root to leaf path is also we will be considered as 1 only. Next, in a binary tree with n nodes, minimum possible height or minimum number of levels are is called as log n plus 1 base 2. Log n plus 1 base 2. These are all our theorems. If we consider that height of the leaf node is considered as 0, means then the formula will be log 2 n plus 1 minus 1. Means level number starting from 0, we want to consider as log n plus 1 base 2 minus 1. Level starts from 1, simply log n plus 1 base 2. Okay? And a binary tree with L leaves has at least log L base 2 plus 1 number of levels. Okay? And last the property is, if a binary tree is 0 or 2 children, then the number of leaf nodes are always 1 more than the node with 2 children. 1 more than with 2 children. These are all are called as properties of a binary tree. Properties of a binary tree. And finally, we will move forward. What are the different applications of binary trees? Not only binary trees, in general, what are the applications of trees? So the trees are used to store simple as well as complex data also. Here, simple means an integer value, character value, and complex data means a structure also you can store. A structure also you can store. And trees are oftenly used for implementing the types of data structures like hash tables, sets, and maps. These three kind of data structures you are implemented in advanced data structures concept in the next upcoming semester. And a self-balancing tree means red-black tree is used to kernel scheduling and pre-empt manual multiprocessor computer operating system use also. So one kind of balanced binary search tree is a red-black tree. The red-black tree is used to follow in the kernel scheduling algorithms. Another variation of the trees is B trees, prominently used to store the tree structure on disk. This is the thing I mentioned at the time of introducing the trees, B trees. And B trees are also used to secondary indexes in the databases where the index facilities are selected as operations answer in the range criteria. Okay, and trees are also an important data structure for compilers construction. Compiler design is a one kind of concept, one particular subject you may get in third year. And trees are also used to database design. So database management systems is also one kind of subject you may get in the third year itself. Next, trees can be used to file system directories. Generally, Unix operating system. So in the Unix operating system, they are using trees. So Unix and shell programming is also one kind of subject you may get in third year. Trees are also used widely for information storage and retrieve as a symbol tables. It is also one kind of concept which is related to operating system. So these are the various applications on trees. So finally, conclusion. So today we have discussed about what is the tree, what is the non-linear data structure. Okay, non-linear data structure. So in the second part, we discussed basic terminologies of trees. Basic terminology of trees. Basic terminologies case, root node, ancestor, descendant, sibling, level, degree. These are all called as terminologies. Third one, representations. Third one, representations. Representations of binary trees. Binary trees. So we mentioned 6 different types of trees. In the 6 different of trees, 3 different trees are in your syllabus: binary tree, binary search tree, and expression tree. So then we start what is the binary tree and how to represent a binary tree. See. Fourth one, binary tree properties. Binary tree properties completed, and at last applications of trees. So these are the topics are covered. So in the next session we will see what is a binary search tree and how to construct a binary search tree, how we performing insertion operation, deletion operation, search operation,